They survived something beyond explanation, but now they won't speak. One nods when shown an image of static. Another cries when hearing children's laughter. All of them draw the same symbol, over and over. There have been many investigations into missing persons that have gone cold. This is the stuff true crime junkies' dreams are made of. A suspicious disappearance, with very few leads and even fewer answers. In these cases, the investigators have to get creative with how they proceed. Sometimes the best way forward is to go backward. And that's exactly what one team of investigators did in the case of 4 missing persons, who all seemed to vanish into thin air. All 4 cases happened in the same town, which made the whole thing even more bizarre. The first 3 missing persons were all found to have links to a secretive group known only as the Committee. What did this group want, and was there a connection between all of the missing persons? The police didn't know where to start, so they decided to look at each case individually. The first missing person was a 23-year-old woman who had been reported missing by her own mother. Her name was Eliza Ridgway. She had no history of mental illness and no reason to be evasive of her family. The committee seemed to have chosen her at random. They had no political agenda and no religious affiliation. The police found it strange that she had been taken, but not a single person in her hometown knew anything about the group or why she had been taken. The second victim was a little girl named Trinity Groves. She'd been playing outside with some friends when she disappeared. Her friends told the police that they had been playing tag when Trinity suddenly stopped. One minute she was there, and the next she was gone. The police searched for her everywhere, but it was as if she had evaporated. The third victim was a young man named Daniel Myers. He was a college student who had been studying for his final exams when he vanished. His roommates told the police that he had been acting strangely in the weeks leading up to his disappearance. He had been talking to himself and had stopped showering. Was he involved with something he didn't want his roommates to know about? Or was he targeted by the committee for a different reason? The police were stumped. They had no leads in any of the cases, and the families of the victims were starting to lose hope. That's when the lead investigator had a brainwave. He decided to look at the cases from a different angle. Instead of focusing on the victims, he would focus on the one thing all 3 victims had in common: the committee. The police started by interviewing people in the town, hoping to find someone who knew something about the committee. They found a former police officer who had investigated a suspicious fire at an abandoned building. The fire had been reported by a member of the public who had seen flames coming from the roof. When the police arrived at the scene, they found several disturbing things inside the building. The walls were covered with strange symbols, and there were several rooms with padded walls. It looked like a place of torture. As it turned out, the abandoned building was a meeting place for the committee. The police had unknowingly stumbled upon their secret headquarters. The former police officer had been unable to find any evidence of a crime, so the case had been closed. But now that the team had a lead, they decided to dig deeper. What they found was a secret society unlike anything they had ever seen before. And as they closed in on the ringleaders, they put their own lives in danger. To hear the full story, stay tuned.